people, by attending the depth psychology program, get in touch with themselves and get in touch with aspects of the world that they realized what was always there, but was sort of in the hidden part of life.
And living in a manner that fosters soul and takes depth forward is important in all walks of life.
It's speaking to a deeper part of me that's just, I've been open and ready and wanting and waiting for.
I think for me it was calling, an unconscious calling.
What is depth psychology? There's so many answers to that question, and yet I think overarching all those answers is a couple core ideas. First, it's that which lies and lives below the surface of things, in depth, the material of the deep psyche, or what's popularized as the unconscious. So depth psychology has as its first task the capacity to explore what lives at the depth of our experience.
Well, the MA Ph.D. program in depth psychology was born in the senior faculty imagination about 14 or 15 years ago. We were looking for a way to have a program to educate people who wanted to be the next generation of scholars and teachers in depth psychology.
Depth psychology is, is part of an accredited institution that is training depth psychologists, right? So there is some idea about there being a curriculum that you need to move through. You're getting trained in relation to Jung. You're getting trained in relation to Freud. You're getting trained in relation to the post-Freudians and the post-Jungians. You're getting trained in relation to social justice. You're getting trained in relation to liberative psychology. There is a training process.
The MA Ph.D. program in depth psychology strives to create a 21st century depth psychology which extends beyond the consulting room and into working with the individual, community, cultural, and ecological issues of our time.
The depth psychology program has a fieldwork component that is different from other programs, both here at Pacifica and in other institutions.
The fieldwork gives people an opportunity to leave the books for a short period of time in order to come back and contribute to the scholarship within depth psychology at a much deeper and more informed level.
At Pacifica, the faculty do more than guide students through the curriculum. They share real-world experiences that make a difference in the lives of those they teach.
So the faculty, I love each and every one of them. And I think when you talk to the students about them, you get a very good smile across their faces as well.
The most exciting thing about me being in the classroom is I always find myself getting excited by the energy in the classroom.
The faculty are absolutely wonderful.
The depth psychology program is made up of individuals with a wide variety of life experiences, geographic, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds.
There's a tremendous diversity in the depth psychology program, both of what people are doing when they come in and what people do when they leave.
We got back an amazing group of people who have continued to flow into the program from the beginning. Ecologists, scientists, doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists, school principals, kindergarten teachers, people working in restorative justice, in reforming the prison system, artists, dancers.
I switched gears from film school to depth, but I feel that this whole depth psychology experience is feeding profoundly into my film aspirations.
The 3-day learning format makes it possible for students throughout the country and around the world to participate in Pacifica's MA Ph.D. program in depth psychology.
For me, that was key because I have to support myself, obviously. I have other work in the world that I'm doing right now as I go through what to me has been a transformational process for whatever I'll end up doing later. And the 3-day model's been helpful in that because I can focus on only school for 3 days.
It's just been this organic process that has landed me here all the way from Florida. And so I make the journey once a month, and I spend these 3 days with the most amazing people I've ever met. And the academic piece naturally falls into place along with it.
The depth program was really phenomenal for my experience, my life experience, and my work. it deepened me. It gave me a whole other way of thinking. It gave me a new language. It gave me a elevated consciousness.
The things that make the depth psychology program unique, from my perspective, and for me, is, well, one of them is that there is a serious investment on the part of the department, as a department, to be invested and engaged in the world.
Depth psychology is relevant to today's world in the sense that we're all asked to see the social, political, economic realities that face us in our daily life and certainly in societal affairs. We're asked to look at those with a perceptive eye, with an eye towards what lives behind, what motivates our actions and our behavior. So depth psychology really is a way of seeing a mode of being as much as an academic discipline, a way of seeing into that which lives underneath the institutions, the structures, and the behavior from which we're all part of and which we all grow out of.